Hey everyone and welcome back. If you are ready to start building web application with Python, Flask is the perfect micro framework. In this session, we are going to create a simple hello world application. Then we are going to break down the essentials, standard files and folder structure. Then we will see how to handle HTML templates. So let's begin the session, and now we will create a folder on our desktop and we will name it as employee web app. Now open VS Code, go in a file, open folder. So navigate to the desktop, select our folder. Now let's create a virtual environment. You can click at the top of VS Code application here, then select show and run command. Here you can select interpreter. If you guys are not able to see this, then you can select type. Here it is. Now it is asking to create virtual environment. We will click on this. We will click on first option. Now it is showing you some default paths of Python exe. If you guys are not able to see this path here, then you must need to install the Python first. I am going to select this. Now if you will see right side bottom corner, it is creating virtual environment, and if you will notice .venv folder has been created here. Now let's go in a terminal, create new terminal. As soon as you will click on new terminal, you will able to see .venv folder in the green here. Now let's install our Flask library. Pip install Flask. Then let's see our Flask library is in. For that we will use pip list command. You guys can see Flask is installed and the version is 3.1.2. Now let's create app.py file. Entire web application is going to serve from this file. We'll name this file as app.py. Let's import Flask library here. Let's create one variable named as a app. Now we will create main method, and here we will use run method from app variable. We will use two parameters here. One is debug, that is true, which will help us to show the errors if any in our application. We will use port number. You can use any port here. Now we have to create first route. So every web application has their landing page. We can call them as a home page. Few people can call them as an index page. So whenever you are putting URL in your browser, this is the first page or user will able to see. First route @app route. You can name this route anything. I am name as index. We will just return a string with the help of HTML tag. I am going to use h1 tag. So this is our basic structure of a Flask application. Now let's run this program. Python app.py. What is this app.py? This is your file name. If you have named this file as a run.py, then you have to put it here as a run.py. It has created one URL for us. So press Ctrl and click on this URL. You can see your output hello Flask on your browser. Now we will see how to create HTML file. This is very difficult to create an entire structure into the string format. So we need HTML templates. Flask always look for templates folder to see the HTML files. So first we will create templates folder here. Be careful with spellings. It is templates. Now in this templates folder, we will create index.html file. Now press exclamation mark and tab to get the basic layout of a HTML. Here we will put h1 tag. Now to render this template into our app.py file, we have to use one method named as render template. So let's call this method here render template, and we will keep this return word, but instead of this string we will use render template index.html. Now save your app.py, go on a browser, click on refresh. It is showing welcome to Flask tutorial. So this way we have how to serve first HTML template. What is a basic Flask structure. In next session we are going to see how I can pass one variable or values from Python file to the HTML file, and simultaneously we will see how we can get the values from HTML template to the app.py. Thank you for joining the session. Please like, share, subscribe the video.